We begin this morning's proceedings with an opening speech titled, "The Future is Now, Harnessing Data and AI to Drive Meaningful Digital Transformation." Please allow me to welcome on the stage our first speaker, Mr. Kiril Evtimov, Group Chief Technology Officer for G42. Please join me in welcoming him on the stage.
I like to walk on stage, so I apologize for that. So what do Microsoft Corporation and the Coca-Cola Company have in common? I have a few ideas. Obviously, both of them have iconic brands. Both of them are US-based corporations. But the commonality that I want to talk about today is about the fact that during their latest financial quarterly results, both of them highlighted the importance of artificial intelligence as a key technology. While this wasn't surprising for Microsoft, after their multi-billion and multi-year investment partnership with OpenAI and the release of OpenAI's ChatGPT platform, it was clear that their earnings call will be dominated by questions about artificial intelligence. But why would a 125-year-old beverage company speak about artificial intelligence? Here is a quote from the CEO of the Coca-Cola Company. He is comparing the age of AI to the revolution of the smartphone. And for him, it's just the beginning. I want to share a fairly long fragment from their earnings release. The company is adopting emerging technologies to drive new approaches, more experimentation, and improved speed to market. Coca-Cola is the first company to collaborate with OpenAI and Bain & Company to harness the power of ChatGPT and DALL-E to enhance marketing capabilities and business operations, and to build capabilities through cutting-edge artificial intelligence. Within 1 month of announcing this collaboration, the company launched the Create Real Magic platform, which allowed consumers to become digital marketeers by leveraging AI to generate original artwork with iconic creative assets from the Coca-Cola archives. The company is also exploring ways to leverage AI to improve customer service and ordering, as well as point-of-sale material creation in collaboration with its bottling partners. Now, I don't know if Coca-Cola is undergoing a digital transformation. I looked at their press release. There was no mentioning of one. But after reading this fragment, it sure feels like they're going through an ongoing digital efforts to modernize their business. They're improving agility. They're coming up with new creative ways to engage the marketing communities. And they're building a completely new business model as we speak. Obviously, Coca-Cola has been a recognized brand for over a century now, but their continuous reinvention is a clear indication that for the years to come, through the endorsement of their technology-driven culture, they will continue to dominate this industry category for years to come. So in my presentation, I wanted to highlight really 3 messages. And the first one is that AI can supercharge your digital transformation efforts. Now let's switch gears and talk about what our colleagues at Microsoft and OpenAI are doing and have done. When the initial $1 billion investment from Microsoft was announced in 2019, it sure seemed like a fairly risky business. We didn't know how the partnership will evolve. And sure enough, the releases of GPT-3 and DALL-E were impressive. But what really took the world by storm was the release of ChatGPT in late November of 2022. In just few short months, OpenAI and ChatGPT were able to reach 100 million active monthly users, making it the fastest growing commercial application in history. I assume all of you know what ChatGPT is. It's an intuitive chatbot interface that is capable of writing university-level essays. I was actually considering generating my entire content for this presentation using it, but then decided to improvise and torture myself. Now, when I talk to my daughter, when she receives a good score in university, she is confirming I haven't used ChatGPT. So it's absolutely incredible to see the speed that this technology introduced in our technology space and how it reinvigorated the industry. Now, if we change gears and again go back to the smartphone story, I assume some of you remember Kodak, the digital photography company that provided equipment and supplies. It was an early pioneer in digital photography space. But due to their unsuccessful digital transformation in early 2000s, they started losing their market share. They were not fast enough to recognize the importance of smartphones, advancements in digital technology, and the platforms, the social platforms that allow very seamless sharing of visuals with the rest of your network. Needless to say, the company filed for bankruptcy in 2012. But that's just one example in terms of iconic companies, because Kodak was an iconic company that is no longer in existence. There are others that come to mind. If you use Blockbuster, if you look at Sears, those companies were absolutely iconic companies in the day, and they're no longer in existence. So the message here is that the velocity of both business and technological advancements are accelerating rapidly. And for us as technologists, we either embrace digital transformation or we need to understand that we'll become obsolete and irrelevant. Now let's switch gears and talk about data, the fuel of digital transformation in the last two decades. All of the leading companies and business leaders that I know have treated data as an essential, valuable, if not critical assets. And its usage truly as a competitive advantage. They've built data quality, data management, consumption, and access capabilities with flexible and scalable analytical platforms. Platforms that actually underpinned their digital activities. They were the foundation for their success, and they continue to leverage them even now. But what is interesting now is this paradigm shift which is happening. In addition to the traditional systems and workloads where we analyze everything that is being captured to drive business insights, to figure out new business models, when we combine this with the data coming from generative AI models, now we have a completely different and very exciting challenge ahead of us. By combining the traditional workloads and reimagining what you can do with generative AI, you really can supercharge and superpower your digital transformation activities. One of the examples that I wanted to share with you today is the work that Google's AI group have done. I don't know how many of you are familiar with their largest language model called Palm. Palm is 540 billion parameters model that was released, if I'm not mistaken, in September of 2022. This model was developed on the philosophy that the researchers can make these models more accurate by simply feeding into the model more data. There are other examples in terms of models that are built on the same philosophy. Training the model with unlabeled data. Another example that comes to mind is Whisper, which is a speech recognition system developed by OpenAI. Palm is 360 times larger than GPT-2, which was released in 2019. Just think about it. In short 3 years, the model that was built at Google was 360 times bigger than what was considered probably the first large language model. The cost to train Palm exceeds $8 million. So obviously, these generative AI activities require massive compute that consumes a significant amount of energy, significant amount of power. And we need to recognize the concern about the carbon footprint is as exciting or as real as the exciting opportunities that generative AI represents. Now, there are a lot of open questions about the impact of artificial intelligence. You cannot open a paper or turn on the TV without hearing or reading about really fundamental questions related to artificial intelligence. They range from the impact of the level of automation and impact on employment, decision-making fairness, bias, transparency, environmental impact, proliferation of misinformation, and others. It is very clear that in order for us to address these topics, we really need a very thoughtful business and technology leadership paired with meaningful engagement from public in order to really deliver a sustainable and prosperous digital future that can benefit society as a whole. So the third And probably most important message that I want to deliver today is that the sustainable and ethical digital future requires conscious, intentional, and deliberate efforts from all of us. Thank you very much.